officially closed the highest weekly close in history. But should we sell? Should we carry on? Should we hold? It's hit some of the key levels that I've been talking about, almost to the key levels that we've been talking about. Today, we're going to be looking at some key factors, key indicators, key things that you need to be looking at to understand whether to hold or not to hold. That's the real question, as Shakespeare put it so eloquently in his book, you know, Crypto for Dummies. Damn that Shakespeare. He knew what was coming in the future. You know that bit where it said Bitcoin? Yeah, that's how you know. Right. Okay, cool. Look, now we have officially, as I said, hit the highest weekly close in. Talk to us about alts. Forget about Bitcoin. I don't care. Right. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get to it, guys. Honestly, I'm gonna get to it. Just let me do my convers my run through. I'm doing it as a show. Should I not do shows? Right. Hello, Dimitri. Should I not do shows? Should I just like answer Punky's question and then we end it? Is that how it works? We answer his question and then we go. Right. Okay. So look, we've had a weekly close that is absolutely spectacular. 122.5, I think, is the weekly close that we had, which is absolutely bonkers, absolute crazy nut levels that Bitcoin has come to. And there are some key things that makes me think there's a lot more to go in this, and I'm going to show you those things because I'm looking at them going, it's wild. It's wild where we are, especially looking at some of the indicators that are out there, which should be at places where we're not even close. We're not even close. And it gives me indication that this thing could potentially move on for a lot longer. Now, what we're seeing right now on Bitcoin is that we're getting a bit of a pullback. But if we go to the low time frame on the 4 hour, this 118 level, to me is a is a is a by the dip bruv level. You know what I'm saying? It's a bruv. The dip is for buying bruv level. You know? Cause look at that. I mean, just look at that level. That is the exact 618 fib retracement with the 21-day EMA coming up beautifully. It looks you all should have taken profit. Yeah, of course, man. I'm gonna get to that. That looks insane. If that bit holds and it shows its confirmation at that level, this thing is gonna go absolutely parabolic, in my humble opinion. I don't know what's going on. Don't listen to what I'm saying. There are other people who apparently know more than anyone else, and they say sell, sell, sell. So it's up to you. Make your own decisions and think about what is the best way forward on that side. So this is looking very good. There is potential for this to move much more, and I'm going to explain to you why I think that is a possibility. Now, few things that we need to look at. I did a post, right? And we all know I've been talking about this for forever now, and it's weird that no one has copied me yet, but I'm sure it's gonna come soon. I'm sure there'll be a point where someone will copy me. It's just the way that my that I roll. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that this triple bearish divergence that we have here, right? And if you want to know what bearish divergence is, let me just get rid of this. Why is this here? Okay, the triple bearish divergence basically is that we have a downtrending RSI and an uptrending Bitcoin, which should indicate, like, we're coming to this point, we sell, right? That's what we talked about for ages. This is the moment. But there are some certain things that point toward this thing going much more in a higher direction. And if we're able to break this and have sustained closes over it, sustained weekly closes, 2 weekly closes would be amazing. 3 weekly closes would be out of this world, right? Then, dare I say it? Do we need to adjust Do we need to adjust this to that? 1 second. One second. Dare I say, do we need to adjust it to here? Because if that's the case, then oh boy, oh boy, do we have a lot more to move. Because I'm gonna explain to you why I genuinely think that this RSI potentially, but I would say maybe not even that because we need a few more areas of touch. So there, maybe, right? To me, there's a possibility of this happening, right? I'm getting all tingly, right? Because if you look, now this may not happen, right? We may not happen because we understood this movement absolutely perfectly. Look, tap, swing, and explode out. But actually, let me get this a bit more. That got me excited for a second. I thought I broke it. But it's it's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost at the key point of the bearish divergence. So this is crunch, right? Because if this breaks and then has a real retracement, then we're going to be going down and having much lower Bitcoin numbers, and there could be some potential worries to happen, right? But what I will say is that here looks like this could just break through. You know what I mean? This could break through. Now, another thing that we were looking at previously, remember, if we look at the Bollinger Bands, we're seeing expansion. This, you're on YouTube. Yeah. If you go check that, you'll see what my screen is, right? We're seeing expansion happen here, which is, I mean, I don't want to say it. Like, it's getting me a bit giddy, right? I'm getting a bit giddy. I don't want to say it, but like, you know, like that those bands expanding means that there is major growth coming into the market, and that major growth, because if you look, I mean, in Bollinger Bands, a lot of people utilize theories and this and the other and all that. Yeah, okay, whatever. But the simplistic manner that you need to look at in Bollinger Bands, what is that green? What's that? I don't know what that is. Is that, contraction, expansion, and we're in contraction, and we're at the beginning of expansion. You know what I mean? Spit it out. I'm gonna get there. There's a lot of things I need to go through. You're saying, yeah, what you are doing like Biden, man. What are you saying? What does Biden have to do with anything? Why am I like Biden? What does that mean? Hey, the one clear distinction, right? Biden knew where he was. I'm not too sure where I am. I only know that I'm in a room. That's all I know. Every tiny dip so far has been brought up. Yeah, I'm gonna explain to you where I'm gonna get there, right? So we have Bollinger Bands that are contracting and expanding, which is incredible, which is an amazing move, and it looks like there is gonna be further movement on that side. If we look at the SPX, I mean, look, this level, this 6,279 level is looking, it's looking primed to be broken. And I'll tell you this, right? The moment that SPX breaks, I would say, let's say 650, 6350, this thing could very well expand to the high 7,000, easily up to, I would say, to the 7,000 minimum. In my opinion, it would go up to the 7,000, most probably up to the 7.8 before we get to any serious type of level, because that's the maximum fib extension from the period low to the period high. That this where this is looks absolutely insane, and I'm going to explain to you why this looks a bit crazy as well in a second. Let me just go through some of the graphs. The dollar is rising. That is mainly because the 30-year yields are going up, which isn't great, which means that there is a bit of a kicking the can down the road mentality, which means short-term growth, long-term, oh dear, right? This is the oh dear thing, We don't want this moving up. We could see a potential move up to, as I said before, 99 to 100, around that level. I don't think it's going to get there. I would say 98.92 is a level that it will go to. If we look at USDT dominance, oof, to me, like where it's settling right now is pivot point, right? I said before the 4.36 level is going to be extremely important. It's extremely key. It's very important that that level is broken. Hello, Monique, how you doing? And all that kind of stuff, right? Hey, Alvarez, hey, that's how you did. That level was broken, but where we are right now, this 4.31 needs to break. It needs to start dipping down, because if that doesn't hold as well, we have a further continuation, and it looks like the 3.8% is primed. That movement from there to there, we're looking at a spit it out, bruh. It's an 11% move, and that is insanity. That is actual insanity. The amount of liquidity that means. That's pure insanity. We're talking multiple X's of movements. Is the only way I can describe it. Short term looking bullish. Long term bearish, unfortunately. Yeah, there's some serious problems developing in the market, but we'll see. Maybe the US can grow out of it. Who knows? It is Donald Trump. Right. Now, so if we look at also USDT dominance, we need this level to break and hold below it. 64.3 level needs to break. What do you think that caused the 4K drop? What you see in the short term? It's just people taking profits, man. It's not I don't see a something in the future coming. The only thing I would say is the CPI report's coming out. That's the only thing. Honestly, that's it. It's a CPI report. It's tomorrow, I think. Is it tomorrow? What day is it today? Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. No, Wednesday. CPI is Wednesday, isn't it? 1 second. Let me check. Let me check for you guys. When is CPI? Come on, team. Give out Alvarez some. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you guys. The CPI is tomorrow. Yeah. CPI is tomorrow. So that's probably why there's a bit of de-risking going on, but it just looks like it genuinely looks like investors just don't care, right? They don't care. They see what is coming, and that what is coming is a rate cut, and that rate cut is going to do some stupid things to liquidity in this market. Full-blown insanity, crazy, out of this world liquidity is going to be coming into this market. It's on the screen. So if you go to cryptocraft.com, you will see that the CPI is going to be on Tuesday. This is UK time now, so 1:30 p.m. And it's expected to be 0.3. Previous was 0.1. Anything below that, in fact, on par with expected, right? Forecast, it will pump the market to another level. Same with PPI. These two things are extremely important. Tuesday and Wednesday, these 2 days, and this week in general is like nitrous oxide maybe opening. It's maybe my nitrous oxide. We're in the could be nitrous oxide. Maybe. Don't forget also we have Crypto Week coming in, Clarity Act, Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, Genius Act. All of this stuff is primed to absolutely skyrocket crypto. And at the same time, we have inflationary numbers coming in. If they come in safe, ooh, is the song that I want to sing. It is just like... I mean, I don't want to get excited. I just don't want to get excited. I don't want to get excited. Like everyone excited. Right. Now, a few other things that I want to talk about. We're seeing a clear uptick in M2 money supply. This combined with the fact that we have a full blown rate cut coming, is going to be insane. The amount of money that is just sitting on the sidelines, and at current estimates, it's actually going up. It's like $2.1 trillion at the moment. That's just waiting to find a home in some form of yielding asset the moment rate cuts go. The moment rate cuts go, it's going to look for a new home. Where is it going to go? Where is it going to go? It's going to go into most probably Bitcoin, especially with all the regulations that are coming in. It's going to go into the SPX, which looks like it's ready to go. I mean, it looks like it's just like, this is just like the starting strip for this thing to go absolutely parabolic, right? And it doesn't even need to be a cut. It just has to be, how can I say, the dovish sentiment of a rate cut. Now, if they fire Powell, or Powell like resigns all of a sudden, most people will say that's a bullish sign. It might do a little pump, but it will cut all of this short, all of it, because what that will indicate and show to the markets is that the government doesn't care about inflation. They don't care. It means that they're willing to just full blown turn on the taps, get the money rolling. All assets will go to absolutely moon levels, and then kick this debt issue down the road, which is a real problem, a real problem. Once that gets to that point, then there will be an area where it will come and bite in everyone in the ass, but who cares? You know what I mean? We want crypto to get to $4 million a coin. You know what I'm saying? Get some alts in there with the 350 billion% gains that we're looking for. You know what I mean? None of this 2x. We don't want 2x. We want monies. We want many monies. If it ain't 40, I don't care. I mean, when you say dumping, I don't think you quite understand what dumping is. I wouldn't call this dumping. This is not dumping. It's just a certain level that it's come to that's pulling back from, in my opinion. We'll see. I mean, look, there's only, think of it this way: a pullback right now is a good thing, because I said anything that gives more, the best case scenario is this to range between 118 and 125,000. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do these type of things. The more it goes this way, right? The more it goes that way. This is the fundamental thing that I need everyone to understand. Ranging is good right now. Ranging is good. We want ranging. This is a good sign. And if we look at the 4-hour day, it looks like it's coming to an area where there could be some potential support. We'll see. Hopefully it holds and that continues up. I'm leaning towards holding. Let's see what happens. I don't see any. I mean, the only way that this goes a bit. The only bit that this bit goes a bit iffy is if there's some sort of ridiculous news that comes out. Who knows? Donald Trump has a knack of saying silly things, especially as he came out with something today saying it's weird when I talk, markets move. Yeah. Yeah, bro. It doesn't move because of you. It moves because you're the leader of the most powerful economy in the world. That's why it moves. It's the level of big-headedness of this guy's out of this world. But it could also break your yellow upper trend line. It could do. That is the thing. This here, we're at squeaky bum moment here. This is a squeaky bum moment right now. It hasn't technically touched it yet. So there's that bit of growth there. Could bring it up to the 125. It could do. What it does from there, and if it breaks through, is going to be absolutely insane. And I'm going to get to a few points in what will explain that. In fact, let me just come and show it to you. One factor. I want everyone to understand, and this is really key, so everyone can get it. Why is it doing that? Stop doing that. Please stop doing that. All right, stop doing that. All right, okay, good. One fact I want to explain is, firstly, I showed this to you guys yesterday, right, or the last time. I don't want Pal to quit. Some clever clogs, right? Some clever clogs has full blown mapped out the way that all-time highs happen after a certain amount of breakouts, right, in the S&P 500. What we've seen right now, right, is that we're on the 8th all-time high on SPX, right? 1 second, let me put this here so you can see it. We're on the 8th all-time high on SPX right now. The 8th all-time high, and we haven't got to the 9th one, and it shows throughout history there has never been a point. There's never been a point where SPX has had 8 all-time highs and not reached the 9th. So at minimum, we have one more all-time high to hit, right? At minimum. But I'll show you something else as well on that graph, which is also really important. The 9 all-time highs have only happened twice before. The norm, and I want everyone to understand, the norm is multiple all-time highs. If we've got to the 9, the chances of us getting to many, many more all-time highs is statistically higher than not. And that's the really interesting part of this graph. And this has been mapped all the way back from 1929 to 1925, right? I mean, it's verging on 100 years now. We're looking at some crazy amount of movements that could potentially come. Another thing I want to show you guys, right? I want everyone to understand. Have you seen this graph before? Has anyone seen this graph before? Great, thanks. Make it juicy, of course. Has anyone seen this graph before? This is insane, right? We are currently at all-time highs. We are at insane levels of Bitcoin at this present moment. But the funding rates are nowhere near top values. Nowhere near. You know what? It's usually when funding rates peak, there are like peaks, right? When they peak, which funding rate basically means when people have longs, right? What they will add to it to keep it running when it's getting to serious levels is usually an indicator. The higher it is, right, the more along on the run we are. And where we are right now, that was the previous run. This was the second one. This is the third one. You see, like, peaks. We're not even close to the previous pullback, let alone all-time high levels. This pullback that we got here, right? We're not even close to that yet. This is the crazy situation that we're in right now. This is full-blown institutional buying. We have no retail here. The only retail that we have is ETF buying. And I'm going to show you something, right? This is crazy. What did he say? This is crazy. Pay attention. There we go. This is crazy. Pay attention. You're basically saying that the biggest bull run of all time might be right ahead of us. I don't want to say it because that gives me top vibes, right? I don't want... Abdul, if you want to see it, just go. Good. That gives me top vibes, and I don't want to say that. I just don't want to say it. Because when I whisper, the juju mujus don't hear what I'm saying, and good things happen. I want good things to happen. I don't want bad things to happen, right? So shh. I call it my whisper technique. It's how I got my wife, and it's how I got Bitcoin to all-time high. It's all me. It's my Whisper technique. Cool. All right. Right. Whisper. All right. Now I want to show you something. This is crazy. Pay attention. Are you paying attention? Pay attention. All right. Check this out.
Tantrum into
Can you guys hear this?
comfortably bullish state of mind here. Let's hone
Can, can you do some analysis on Bitcoin? I've just done it. Yeah, I've just done it. You can hear it.
the Bitcoin and Ether
Can you
for a
guys
minute
hear it?
here. And since the
It's a bit creepy.
the
Not
rally
creepy.
has been all the news today, it's showing in the flows. I think the ETFs have been part of the rally. If you look, this is a show. This shows the spot Bitcoin ETFs,
insane.
and here's the spot Ether. So Ether's smaller, but definitely it's trending up. But look at the Bitcoin ETFs. They've taken in $50 billion since they came out. So they came out in January. They had 28 because GBTC was a conversion. Now all the way up there, $155 billion in assets. IBIT more than half. Now the 20th biggest ETF overall, 7th biggest for BlackRock, and most profitable for BlackRock. So 300% return since the ETF was filed 2 years ago, Scarlett, and boom, what an explosion of growth.
Yeah, that chart really shows it all. Eric, thank you so much.
Does the chart show it all? But that's insane, right? Right now, Bitcoin is BlackRock's most successful and most profitable ETF in history. Okay, I want everyone to absorb what that's saying. It is wild where we are right now. And the thing is, we're on the cusp of a economic liquidity event that we all see, and everyone is seeing it. Everyone is seeing it right now, and they don't care about. They genuinely do not care about tariffs. About debt. None of that stuff. They want the short-term gains. They want gains. They want that. That sounded more samurai. Anyway, whatever. They want that. All right, just leave me alone. All right, so this is where we are right now. Can we actually? Yeah, I can see it. I'm just making sure because last time, I'm getting to altcoins. Right now. As I said, if we look at Bitcoin dominance, we need it. The ultimate. Can I say that word on TikTok? The ultimate diving board. You know what I mean. It starts with a C, but the ultimate diving board, the diving board area, is if we lose. Look, I'll show you what I mean. What I need for this, right? I need Bitcoin dominance to come back down and just settle here for a bit like that. That's what I want. That would be amazing. Last video, you showed the chart that you would explain. Did I miss it? No, I was about to explain it, but then everyone started getting sassy with me. So I was like, I'll show you sassy. Yeah. Leave you on a cliffhanger. Sass boom. For me to show you that, I need to get the 50,000 likes. Get the 50,000 likes, and then I'll consider it. If you guys are nice. Because this stuff is, free and stuff. All I want is likes and follows and stuff. But no. I know. So that's where we are. Right now, that's the situation where we want something like that to happen. But I will say this. We have come and tapped into the golden box, right? And that usually means some sort of recovery back. But. Bitcoin dominance is heavy. It's very, very heavy, right? But at least 5,000 likes, yeah. I know you did, Palmer. You're amazing, right? It looks heavy. It's technically broken the trend line, right? Technically broken this wedge out of a... Why are you doing that? Technically broken the wedge out of a sustained move since 2022. This channel has held forever, right? And if we, out of the good grace of I just added 260. Yeah, Matt, fantastic, right? Out of the good grace of, you know, Bitcoin Jesus, can break the 62.9 percent level. That 62 that level there is the Hail Mary level. That's what I call it. That's the level where if we break below that, I will be looking at multiple houses and multiple cars to buy. I'll do it live on stream. I'll show you what I'll be. I might actually buy a vehicle on stream if it breaks that. Because the move from, if it breaks that, we're hitting this trend line. And that full moon, that full move, if it happens, this is ifs. We're talking about a, what is it? A 7% drop. That would be a couple of X's on all of your coins right now. And I bought mega early, right? I'll do that wholeheartedly. That would be an absolutely parabolic move to that level. And if I don't think it's going to happen, right? This, I don't think is going to happen. I don't think. But if it hits this level, I'm looking at islands. And if it breaks that, I might buy TikTok. I might buy US TikTok. I would be in line for buying US TikTok if it gets down to here. I'll be like, I was like, all right, okay, all right. You know when you gave me that, that violation for something I didn't do, you know, hydrating on stream. You know when you did that? Yeah, I own you now. If it does that, I'll be full blown at that level. Are we going to see Bitcoin below 100K in the bear market? I would. That's a real hard question. By the way, I love your picture, man. Jesus Cryptus. That's an amazing picture. That is a really hard question to answer. Really, really hard. Because people who are buying right now are buying at a rate and at a level that looks like they're trying to build the base for this asset class. It's wild where we are. I mean, I thought we would be in crazy territory, right? I thought we would, and I don't. The thing is, right? This is my biggest worry. I don't want to get excited, because it's when you feel excited, it's that sort of. Look, I mean, just look, the volume is still low. We have zero retail in Bitcoin. Do you know what I mean? We have zero. We're not even. We're not even close to anything. We're not even close to these levels here. Like we're not. Do you see what I mean? Look at the difference. Please look at the difference. Just there's zero volume. People bought and then went on holiday for 4 years and then came back and went, cool. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on right now. We're in a really interesting, crazy level. Hey Mario, hi mate. It's nice to see you again. Thank you very much, Mario. I haven't seen you in a while. If you want to check it out, you can check me out here. You can see what I'm doing in it. Right. So when you're saying Bitcoin dominance is shooting down, yeah. If it there are certain levels if it breaks. Oh dear Mary Jesus. Retail is slowly gonna start to feel the FOMO soon. If not, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. That's the crazy part of this. I don't know what they're doing. There will be a point where this thing gets to. I think it needs to get to crazy levels. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, I don't know where the retail is in this industry. Look, with Bitcoin dominance, right? This is all related to a rate cut, right? I want everyone to understand this. We need an influx of liquidity, and we need this to really start going. We need we need this to really start to, because look, don't get me wrong, exchange volume is going up, but it's not really going up. It's, we should be at where we are right now. We should be above 2024 levels. We're at extreme levels. And not only that, right? I'll show you some other things. This is, look, pay attention. Pay attention. I've been learning how to do it, right? Why'd you delete my comment about being a scientific doctor? I, from the bottom of my heart, have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, seriously, but I am endlessly sorry. I am endlessly sorry for this discretion that I have created and made you feel. I mean it. Look, I'm grabbing the love. I'm bringing it close because I am super sorry for such a injustice that has happened, and I am really sorry that I may have done that. So, one second. Bitcoin all-time high was shown in Greece today, and so hopefully word gets out. Where is that? Yeah, so the levels for Bitcoin, right? There's a Bitcoin dominance. Yes. The level for Bitcoin dominance is 62.9 is a very, very key level. That level there is, it's gonna be hard to break through that level, right? It's gonna be super duper hard. And if it does, alts are gonna go absolutely crazy, right? Now, the second level is the top of the 61.96. That level there is also extremely important. It's a key area. It's a key area of volume, high level volume area, key area of pivot, and we see it come back and tap the top. This means it is the top of the possibly the 0.318 fib level, which is a really strong point when we have a ranging high volume impact level, right? These two levels are extremely key. If we start breaking these levels, then we start getting into real fun zones. Real fun zones. And then I would say the next really key level is 54.63. And then the party time, I'm going to be contacting TikTok for how much the US M2 costs would be below 53.53. I doubt that we're going to break below that though. I would be very dubious if we break through that. If we do, if we do, Alvarez, can you move the window price up? Oh, right. Can you not see it? Wait, can you not see it? Oh, right. Yeah. So the chat. Sorry. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, I can see it now. It's the chat. It's on the window. It's the chat that's there we go. Yeah, there we go. So these are the levels that we're doing. If it goes there, then it's gonna be, but if it, let's see. I'm at the cautiously optimistic. You think a great bull run will come? I'm gonna need to look. There are a lot of variables right now. It's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to judge what is happening. All I can say is that I'm just looking at the key factors, right? Bitcoin dominance looks like it's breaking trend and about to break down. We have increased liquidity coming into to the economy. We have increased exchange volume going up. We have USDT dominance breaking down and getting into key levels. And on top of that, we have institutions buying through the nose. I mean, just recently, MicroStrategy bought another $100 million worth of this stuff. We saw I did a video about it. A property company in Japan now holds $1.9 billion worth of Bitcoin and is tokenizing its whole hotel and property portfolio. We're in a stage right now where fear and greed has just tapped over to greed. And there's no retail. There is a complete absence of retail in the market. And what will happen, and this is something I want everyone to understand, the initial impact of a rate cut will give retail the chance to start diversifying into these assets, because the first thing that will be hit will be their mortgages. The refinancing of mortgages will be hit. I think crypto has gone for the dark web to the White House. Yes, this bull run will be amazing. I really don't know what that means. But yeah. Yeah. Hey Jarg, how you doing, man? Check out his coin. ISO coin is pretty cool, man. You can check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it could do some good things. He's pushing it well. Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy portfolio tracker. Go look. Yeah, it's just, and MicroStrategy, right? It will probably end up being one of the most valuable companies in the world for literally buying and holding, for creating money out of thin air to buy Bitcoin and know that it's an asset that will only go up the more you buy. Thank you so much. If you think about it, it is possibly one of the most intelligent but cojones move anyone can do. Hopefully, the last two crypto bills pass, Genius and Cloud. If they pass, just give me a moment. I'm just trying to visualize pure insanity of what that will create. I'm curious, how does a full blown crazy crypto market look? How does it, do you even? Okay. Do you want to? Well, you want to know what it's like if we have any, even like 40% of what it was before. Now, look, I don't want people to get excited. I want people to be realistic, right? Can you look at silver? By the way, Bitcoin today is more valuable than Amazon and silver. Let's just understand this fact as well. It's more valuable than silver and Amazon. I mean, I know there was going to be a point where this happened, right? But it's still surreal being in this environment. We're experiencing history right now, like full blown history. Do you ever think institutions gonna do the same with ETH? What did they do? Yeah, what did they did with? Uh, oh, you mean if it's gonna be? Yeah, no, I'm almost certain of that fact. Stable coins are gonna be running on ETH. I need everyone to understand that. There is no other. There is no other chain that stable coins can run on. There isn't another chain, because to be able to have the security of holding what is not XRP, not XRP is doing well. I invested into XRP, right? I gave my portfolio to my pro group, by the way. If you want to check out, it's in the link in bio. Just check it, right? I gave my portfolio there. Portfolio is doing mega stuff. Like, it's doing really well, especially one. The one coin I gave you guys is doing stupid things, and I'll show you it. Like, it is like, bro, have you been cooking with plays on the TG? Yeah, all the time. There isn't. I'll tell you this to you, right? There isn't a TG, right? That is like the one that I have. That for what it is that you get for what you return, there isn't anything like that. I don't care what anyone says. I have people, and I can't say them. I have other channels. Yeah, but Lamar, you go at 40x, right? Let's just not be, just be that. I don't care what anyone says, right? There isn't. There are other channels that follow and ask for a lot more. Our name shall be remembered. We are all making history. Yeah, all right. And then, Jesus, why do you have to spoil it? Can I stop calling you Jesus? Can I call you something else? It's weird calling you Jesus. Yeah, Lamar, you're laughing. I know. Bam, 40x. There's nothing other than how he plays with 40x or nothing. I'm either making $1 million or I'm netting nothing. Lamar, stop shorting. You know what me to tell you know what how I know you should be shorting. Don't short an upward trending market. I want everyone to understand that you will lose money. In my humble opinion, don't listen to what I'm saying. I am a person in a room that has glasses and a mic in front of me. I am not the person you should be listening to. But if you look, there is a lot of people getting absolutely wrecked trying to short this market. Absolutely wrecked. And there are these amazing, high risk, high reward. No, just high risk. Just high risk. Which coin is 40x? I will show you that. I'll show you something, and I'm going to give you guys one last opportunity before things go crazy, and you just I don't know what else to say, right? Right, now, if we look at total, forget total 2. I don't care about total 2. Gold, also something. I will say this to you guys, right? The moment a rate cut happens, this is also going to go parabolic. I would say it's going to go absolutely parabolic. Think meme coins. My buy. Do you want to see my buy? Yeah, I'm gonna get to Fat Cat Lamar. You're gonna be happy soon. That's all I'm gonna say, right? My buy. All right, I'm gonna hide it. My buy of gold. This white line is where I bought gold. Just so you can see the meme coin move. The full blown meme coin move that my gold purchase is doing. Yeah, so I think gold is going to continue up. If rate cuts happen in the way it is, it's just this is a definite in my opinion. Now, one area of worry, and it just seems like people just don't care, and I don't understand why I don't care. Do you think rate cuts will be good for us or not? I'm getting confused with different views on it. Okay. Now, the reason why you're getting confused is because they don't give you the bigger picture of what a rate cut is dependent or in the market in where it's cut and when it's done, right? It's not a singular stop bragging, bro. It hurts. I'm not bragging, man. It's just one of the best buys I've ever done in my life. And I have physical as well somewhere in a safe vault somewhere, right? What was I talking about? Yeah, rate cuts is dependent on the macro conditions that it's done in. If the macro conditions are strong enough, and we're seeing a downturn, a downward trend in inflation and potentially unemployment, even if it's a tiny little amount, then an interest rate cut will be massive stimulus to the market. But if the market is doing exceptionally well and then they do a rate cut, then the markets will be like, why are you cutting and stimulating the market when it's already doing too well, right? It's this sort of fine balance that they need to make. And what they're doing to Powell right now, in my opinion, is idiotic. The reason why I think it's idiotic is because he is going to be very dovish in the next meeting. I just hope, right? Sup, meme Schiller? Thank you so much, Michael. It's very kind of you. I love how toxic TikTok is. It's amazing. It makes me really happy. Look at these guys. I'm joking. Very nice. Let's have a cup of tea together one day. This is that conversation. This one here is like, lick the bottom of my shoe. I ain't gonna give you likes. All right. This is the juxtaposition of what I'm playing with right now. It's a bit. I might go to one of those, you know. I might go to one of those sort of like, have you been in an accident and had a neck injury? That's how much of a whiplash I'm getting between the two. Honestly, the fact that there's a rate cut means a rise in let me try and read that again. Honestly, the fact that there's rate cut means a rise into the rate cut. Don't mind. Yeah, that's true. Look, I mean, you have a point there to an extent. But not they. Yeah, we're talking about what's the chance of Powell walking. I hope that Powell doesn't walk. I hope Powell doesn't walk. That's what I'm gonna say. I hope. I really hope that he doesn't walk, because that will cause a bit of a spanner in the works. It will be good short term, but it will be bad medium to long term. It will cut the speed of this. It will cut the speed of this. 1 second. It'll cut the speed of this run. Very short. It'll be one of those god candles and then disappear into nothing. Genuinely, we need stability. Look, this is the thing that people don't ask this question, right? Is that look where we are. Look where we are. Can someone just fathom where we are right now? And we're not, and everyone's having a go at, yo, how you doing, bro? Hey, Eli, how you doing? And everyone's having a go at Powell, saying he's doing the wrong thing. This looks pretty good. I mean, doesn't it look good to you? Are we suffering right now? Max August, it will be lights out of September. It could be. Look, he won't cut. He won't cut in July. No. He will be extremely dovish. See, look, it's not the cut that makes everything go crazy. It's the sentiment and the push to the cut. Honestly, the cut usually is a pullback moment. It's an area where people, you know, they don't particularly like it, because it's the crescendo and the fear of now potential inflation coming back in. You know what I mean? It will be the idea. You know what it's like? The best way to describe it, it's like a coin that it may get a listing, and the coin pumps according to that. Hashtag Fantacat. Just saying. All right. Take of that as you will. So that's the situation of where we are, right? That's what's going on. So we'll see. We'll see about that. We have to play it day by day, level by level, see what's going on, and then we judge accordingly. That's the only way you have to do it. The more we get to these crazy levels, the more that we get up to these levels up here, the more we have to be clear and concise on what we're doing, and the volatility of what this market is going to give us. It's going to get crazy volatile the more we go in, the higher we go up, because people's bags are going to be insanely heavy. You see, the maximum amount of volume was here. Max volume is here. You see the amount of volume that was in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency here. These guys are massively up. And we're not talking about, like, you know, altcoins. We're talking about full blown. Look, they're up. I can't even see it because of that bar. Where's the bar? They're up 6x, almost 7x from when they bought. You know what I mean? Do you understand how crazy this is? So the higher this goes up, the more people look at their wallets going, maybe I'll sell a little bit. I'll sell a little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. Just that type of thing. Right. Where we go? 53,000 likes. Give us a source. What was I talking about? What was I gonna give you guys? Can't remember what I was gonna give you guys. Anyway, if you remember, remind me what I was gonna give you. It was all me, Alvarez. The rest are lazy in here. Cause I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, and that's why you have a happy wife, right? That's why your wife is like, is. That's why you have a happy wife. Tell your cat I said puss puss puss. Is that, are you trying to wait? Is that your pickup line? Is that how you go to girls and go? Dear me. If you think about it, if you think about it, it makes sense. Jesus. All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. About a coin. I'll tell you about a coin. Oh man. All right. Uh, I haven't slept too much today, so I'm a bit, I'm a bit delirious. Anyway, where was I talking about? Anyone watching Love Island? Anyway, just side point. Anyway, side point. So, Ethereum Bitcoin chart, right? We've drawn this chart, and it is looking primed to break out. This is looking primed to break out. That is a clear, 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 clear validation of support of this resistance line that it broke into. That is an SR flip. Summit secret coin. I'm gonna tell you. All right. That is an SR flip if I've ever seen one. Simple as that. That is an SR flip if I've ever seen one, and it is this continuation and a breakout of that will make all of these go. This gives me buy the dip vibes. This chart. But I don't want to say that type of thing because we are in major volatile scenarios right now. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. If we look at the total 3 Bitcoin, I mean, it's still Bitcoin is still outperforming or alts but I don't know how much more or much longer. There will be a point. There will be a point where this thing flips over. And it's going to be when there's excess liquidity in the market. I mean, we caught it. I wonder, why do people want to duet? Is it because it's like the people that have channels that copy my channels? Maybe that's what it is. Right. So this Phantom added leverage trading. I've already lost a couple of. Lamar, if I create like a leverage trading platform, I want you to use it. You're my ideal type of thing. Or if I opened up a casino, one of those two, either one, I think you'd be great. You'd be great. But look, I still think there's going to be some form of continuation. I still think that, of course, I have money to burn. I am a kingpin amongst men. I do feel that if I ever had any troubles though, if I messaged Lamar, I think those troubles would be. What was that song? That's why I love you, bro. I really do. Honestly, you make my day every time you're on my life. Right. So I think that this will continue on though. At least towards the 845 million mark. At least there, because there's some levels of resistance around that area which I don't particularly like. But looking at this, we're getting to. Look, what worries me is that if this was here, if we were at major bottom vibes, then I would be far more confident in going into alts. If we were here. But we're not. That's the thing. So either we're at this this unique liquidity event where Bitcoin is just going to get exponentially more valuable, and this will always be a downward trend line to a point where, because I don't see at this current moment right now, this is my only worry, right? I'll give you a bit of a worry that I'm thinking. I don't know why anyone would sell Bitcoin in large enough numbers at this current point. I don't know who would be doing that, especially as it is full blown, institutions buying. And the only way that I see alts really going, like really, really going, this off a diving board, because I can't say the other word because TikTok doesn't allow me to drink bottled water on stream, let alone say that word, right? The only way I see this fully retracing back to these levels and doing something as nuts as that. See, what I'm thinking, and this is what I like, a potential move like that is what I'm thinking. The reason why I say that is because these type of alt moves, yeah, about 70, yeah, I could see that, right? I'm a 5-figure investor. Yeah, well, you'll get there. The reason why I say that is because right now we have no retail. And that pivot is a retail thing. But I will, I do like buts, and I cannot lie. Anyway, I can't do the shuffle, right? But I would be surprised if the top 40 coins and meme coins don't go crazy. Hear me out. The reason why I say that is because the top coins are going to have some relevance in this new crypto world institution, stable coin kerfuffle that's going to be built, right? The top 40 will have a place there. So diversifying and increasing a risk into those products will make sense, especially when Bitcoin gets very expensive, right? Doesn't season occur when still occur even when Bitcoin goes up relatively higher than total 3. It can do, but it will be like a rising ship type of thing, not the crazy parabolic moves that we're all expecting. I'm sorry for asking, but how do we know there is no retail yet? Because of exchange volume. Exchange volume, and this volume here is there's a lot of OTC buying, it looks like. Do you think there is a pullback coming on XRP? Should I take some profits today? I'll get the XRP in a second. What are those top coins in your opinion not named? They're in the program. I put it in there. I have this right here. The list. I have the list. That's the stuff that I've invested in. They're all in there. I can't do it because they're giving their hard-earned cash and all the other stuff there, so they need to have some sort of benefit. I can't give everything here. Only said that because if of your total to graph, the ratio would imply that I said, yeah, but this is the thing. I don't see, if Bitcoin isn't sold and it's a continuous investment like the S&P 500 would be, the only time that gets to that is not a rotation, but if Bitcoin yield reduces due to the high demand it has. Because thank you, Alvarez, appreciate you, brother. No, of course, man, whatever. If anyone gets any benefit from what I'm doing, that makes me happy. The reason why I say that is because if a Bitcoin is $1 million, it's institution, very wealthy people that are purchasing things. Like even if you buy fractionalized, your returns are going to be smaller. So people will look for more risky investments to gain a potential higher yield. It's the reason why why QQQ starts doing really well when there's a rate cut, because it gives those companies uh, accessibility to liquidity that they need to start pushing forward. So what I'm seeing is something on that level there is important. Something there is what I expect to be happening. So we need retail liquidity for alts to move. That's what I'm thinking at the moment, because I don't see. Let me explain this to you, right? If Bitcoin got to $200,000, who would sell? I genuinely, who here would sell? Who here is going to sell their Bitcoin? I don't know who would sell their Bitcoin right now when they see such massive uptake and the US economy pushing towards massive cryptocurrency legislation. Who would sell? You got an asset where there's 19 million that's been minted, and there's only 21 million that me, American, I'd sell it. Yes, sir, I will. I'll sell it like you would not believe. I maybe, but it won't be the majority. If I had 100 Bitcoin, I'd sell it for you, but not if I only. What? Look, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. People are understanding this fact. Why would you sell an asset that will only increase in value the more people buy it? And there is a limited supply of only 3 million more of that coin ever going to be produced. You wouldn't sell it, you'd borrow against it. You have an asset where in normal money markets it's going to cost you, let's say, expensive 10%. Say you're at a 10% um a 10% uh uh interest rate, just 10%. Say you have $1 million worth of Bitcoin and you want to borrow $500,000, right? A 2-to-1 ratio. 2-to-1 ratio, right? And you have a 10% a year cost on that. That's 50,000 a year. Bitcoin has an annualized return of 50% a year. So you're making 40%. Do you understand what I mean? Like we're in this weird scenario where the institutions are starting to understand this. They're like, wait 1 second. wait 1 second. We have an asset that is extremely safe because of the way it's set and the way it's proof of work and all the other aspects that it's done, right? It's got mechanisms in it that mean that no one can tamper with it. It has mechanisms in it that only make it go up in price, and it's becoming, there's regulatory clarity coming in. The world's most powerful country is looking at it and making it legal and creating all the framework around it to make it easy to utilize. Why on earth would I ever sell something like that? If I wasn't describing cryptocurrency and I was describing anything else, I don't know if anyone would be like, how do I buy this thing? That would be my mentality. You're in this situation where you're just like, you're foolish not to even think about it. That's the thing. Anyway, that's my thought. Whatever. I could be wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. Preach to the preacher. All right, Ethereum. Ethereum looks ridiculous. Truly ridiculous. Look at that. I would not be surprised if this thing doesn't go and try and test all-time high. That's what it looks like to me. At least a test the 3686, but I think all-time high is something that looks very much in the realm of reality. Very much in the realm of reality. Let's not forget that 1 Bitcoin equals 100,000 count in 2.1 country. Yeah, I know, it's insane. Absolutely insane. Right. Sounds like we will recoup December highs. Possible, right? It's possible. But this isn't actually a purely pure alt, since retail will go for alts. Yeah, I think that's the way. Once retail has disposable money, I think they're going to be looking into going to alts, because the potential upside of alts is insane. Now look, the coin that I gave you guys is Sui. How's that Sui play going for you guys? I gave it to my group here. I gave it there. Literally there, I gave it. And it has absolutely gone parabolic. I would say it's a given to go and tap the 4.31. And I mean, I said it. I said it. And it's looking like this is going to continue on. It's looking like it's going to continue on, and this continuation up could very well see the 8.1%. It could very well see that. 5x long on Sui is going well, thank you. No problem. I'm on the 3x. I can't go anything more than 3. Even 3 made me feel dirty. 2 is where I play with Nomi. It's true you can be a millionaire from crypto. Is it true you can be a millionaire from crypto? It's not easy. It's definitely, whoever says it's easy, they're lying to you. Be very careful, right? Make sure you're careful who you follow. Now, the thing I'm going to tell everyone, right? And in fact, to hear it, I can only say it not on TikTok, unfortunately. See, if you guys want to hear it, go here. That's all I'm gonna be able to say. If you guys want to hear it, and I'll leave it at that point. I'm gonna explain 2 things on this, right? And I want everyone to understand that. And if you are looking for that potential where you see certain projects hitting that, you've seen a few of them running to the 20-30 time moves. I would highly recommend you guys check that out. So, Muzammil, I'm not going to be doing, please. I don't quite understand why you're doing that, right? That's the situation we're in. Right, so I'm gonna get up from here. If you guys want to check out what's happening, go to any one of these 2, right? And we will go from there. So you guys have been awesome, incredible. I'm going to be showing a few more things after I get off from the TikTok, and we will go from there. You guys are awesome, fantastic, and I love you all very, very dearly. Fantastic. And I will say, it's your last chance to buy Fat Cat. That's all I will say to everyone. Your last chance. Your last. And in fact, you know what? I'll leave with this one thing. I'll leave with this one poll that I would say. I would say you should look at number C, right? That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for the likes. You guys should definitely check out that level there, right? What's written there on, and you'll understand. But I would say. That's all I'm gonna say. I would remember what I'm saying right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I will highly say remember what I'm saying right now. Don't come back to me when you say it's too late. All right, guys, absolute love, affection, and all that kind of stuff. Bye-bye on TikTok, and I will continue on somewhere else. All right, let me get rid of these I don't know what that is. All right. Okay, guys. Now on here, what I will say is that we are going to be mentioned on a large X show, right? An X space right now. So it should be bringing in some stupid volume into to Fat Cat. And at the same time, I'm starting a giveaway, right? And this is for anyone that's recording and anyone that's happening, right? Any buy from, what's the time now? Let me just add this on. Any buy from now until tomorrow at 9:10 that we're getting to right now, any buy that is $100 or more, $100 or more, one person will be winning $300 worth of Fat Cat. Anyone that buys $100 worth or more of Fat Cat will be put into a prize to win $300 worth of Fat Cat. And this will be running every single day. And not only that, we're going to be mentioned by a very large X group, which will start bringing in some crazy volume into the project. And there are some how can I say? There's a lot of things that are down the line that I would say watch this space. That is all I'm going to say. And that's it. That's it. You know, there have been moments where people have been thinking, oh, like, is this going to happen? What's going on? What's going on in this aspect? Is it going to be something that is of real a real significance? We're there now. This is it. And you guys better get ready. $100 for $300. There is no other giveaway that does anything on this level. This is the situation of where we're moving. This is the way that we're pushing forward. All I will say, $100 buys from now until tomorrow, 9:10. This includes in the recording. It's being tracked right now. I've just set the tracker on right now. It will be an automatic giveaway for those that are there, and it will be given away on the stream, and we can go from there. Every day, this is gonna be going on. It's gonna be moving forward, and oh boy, hold on to your slacks, boys and girls, and whatever other things in that side. Is this our official website? Yes, this is our official website, where you can see the bot, where you can see the aggregator, and all of the stuff that's coming in. Oh no, I shouldn't have shown you that. Never mind. And all of that kind of stuff. Roadmap, what's happening, all the NFTs, everything that's here. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. There's one more thing for everyone, right? There's one more thing for everyone. Have you guys been checking out the new call group? Have you guys been checking out this call group? This one here? Have you guys been checking? This guy is rocking and rolling. Look, I'm gonna put this. It's criminal that there's only this much here. So what I'll do, I'll copy this. That's the X. That's not it. Wait, that's not it. 1 second. I'm gonna copy this and put it into the chat, right? I really need, like, this guy is cooking, really cooking. So I'm gonna put this here, and I would highly recommend you guys check this out, because he's a pro trencher, by the way. There we go. This is on it's going to be put onto YouTube and on the comments. He is a pro trencher. This guy is no joke. I mean, his first two calls, one was a 2x, the other one was a 5x. All right. Okay, guys. I'm going to say I bid you good night and all that kind of stuff. You guys have been incredible, and I'll catch you guys all later. Remember, $100 for $300. It's going to be fun. All right, guys. Take care. Peace, love, affection, all that kind of stuff. You guys will be awesome. And I'll catch you guys.